Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. This is breaking, this is shocking, this is unbelievable to think that the EFCC boss himself has been sentenced to Kuje prison. He's really in Nigeria, everything is possible. Well, before we go to the newspaper to find out what he did that made the judge to send a whole head of EFCC, the chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission boss, Abdul Rashid Bawa, to Kuje prison. We'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the news, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdul Rashid Bawa, has been sentenced to Kuje prison over contempt of court. In a ruling delivered by Justice Chizoba Orji of the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja on October 28 and cited by newsmen on Tuesday, the EFCC boss was convicted of contempt of court in relation to the failure of the Anti-Graft Agency to comply with a November 21, 2018 court order directing it to return a Range Rover and the sum of 40 million naira to the applicant in a suit. The ruling, which was delivered on October 28, 2022, was on the motion on notice marked FCT/M/M/52/2021, filed by a one-time director of operations at the Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Rufus Ojuawo. Ojuawo had filed a motion through his lawyer, R.N. Ojabo, in a suit marked FCT/HC/CR/184/2016 that the EFCC had refused to comply with the court order directing it to release the seized property. The EFCC had arraigned Ojuawo on 2 counts before Justice Muyiwa that's Idris of the High Court of FCT in Nyanya in 2016 for corruptly receiving gratification to the tune of 40 million naira and a Range Rover Sport that's supercharged from one Hima Abubakar of Society the Equipment International Nigeria Limited. However, in a November 21, 2018 ruling, Justice Idris discharged and acquitted Ojuawo on the grounds that the prosecution failed to prove its case. Idris had held that for the charge to succeed, the prosecution must prove that the defendant corruptly accepted the gift, that he accepted or obtained the gift for himself or for any other person. He held that the burden was on the prosecution to prove all ingredients of the charge preferred against the defendant beyond reasonable doubt as required under Section 131, Subsection 1 of the Evidence Act 2011. The court had also held that the Anti-Graft Agency should return Ojuawo's seized properties to him. In conclusion, I hold that the prosecution has failed to prove the 2-count charge of corrupt gratification under S17 subsection 1, subsection A and subsection C of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. The defendant is discharged and acquitted on counts 1 and 2 of the charge. Consequently, the complainant, which is EFCC, is ordered to refund the defendant his 40 million naira wrongly paid into ONSA recovery account and to return the defendant his Range Rover Sport that supercharged forthwith, Justice Idris had held. The EFCC, however, did not comply with the judgment, which made Ojuawo to file a motion in the suit marked FCT/HC/CR/184/2016 that the EFCC had refused to comply with a court order directing it to release his seized property. In the October 2022, that's October 28, 2022 ruling, Justice Chizoba Orji held that the Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is in contempt of the orders of this Honorable Court made on November 21st, 2018, directing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abuja, to return the applicant his Range Rover supercharged and the sum of 40 million naira in naira. Consequently, the judge ordered that Bawa should be committed to prison at the Kuje Correctional Center for his willful disobedience to the order of the court. Justice Orji held, and I quote, "Having continued willfully in disobedience to the order of this court, he should be committed to prison at Kuje Correctional Center for his disobedience and continued disobedience of the said order of court made on the November 21st, 2018 until he purges himself of the contempt. The Inspector General of Police shall ensure that the order of this honorable court is executed forthwith." The spokesperson for EFCC, in his response to an inquiry by a correspondent, however, said the commission is appealing the ruling. Wow. Talk about so many things going on here. My colleague is here with me and want to look at this extensively. What's your take on all this?
Now, first of all, contempt of court is one thing that we have to understand very well. And contempt of court is actually any act of disrespect or disobedience in a court of law, generally resulting in a punishment like a fine or even jail term. Being charged with contempt of court is something that can happen either during a trial or prior to a trial. If someone fails to comply with court orders, there is no formal punishment for contempt of court, meaning that consequences for contempt of court are determined at the discretion of a judge. And looking also at what may constitute a charge for contempt of court. And one of them is that number one is misbehavior of the person, misbehavior that occur in or near the presence of the court, actions that obstruct justice. For action that is committed with criminal intention, behaviors that may earn one a charge of contempt of court also include being disruptive during a trial, speaking disrespectfully to a judge or to others present, refusing to take an oath of truth, failing to meet court dates, taking action that may unfairly prejudice a jury, tampering with evidence, and all of that. Right now, unfortunately, Nigeria is not a place that we can boast of that this court of contempt of court can be executed immediately, because ordinarily what should happen is before even appealing this, he should be committed to the prison. That's just it. Before they even talk about say we are appealing it, first of all he needs to calm down there in prison. First of all, they strip him of everything and throw him into prison. And I have not really heard that people appeal it, you understand, because we can still reflect back on the case of this young man from Akwa Ibom State, the lawyer from Akwa Ibom State, in Ibege's case also came up like this. It was a case of contempt of court, and we saw that the young man spent 1 full month complete, nothing was done. So right now, based on what has just happened, the ideal thing to do is the young man should be put behind bars, and he will participate in all the activities other prisoners are passing through, and that is just it. So it's a way of the judiciary telling the executive that if you mess up around us, we'll have the right to deal with you because we are independent.
Oh, well, exactly. This looks interesting, but we'll keep giving you updates. Let's see how it unfolds. If truly Bawa, I'm talking about the EFCC boss, chairman himself, will be resting in Kuje prison, but I strongly doubt it. Let's put in a comment section.